Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Siboga TV, which is your number one online political channel. The entry of Fredo Matiang'I'S into the national politics has actually affected politically many opposition leaders who were eyeing for presidency late come 2027. And those political leaders include Rigathi Gachagua, Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka, and Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga. And these political leaders are not happy because of the entry of Fred Okengo Matiang'I'S, because the entry of Fred Okengo Matiang'I'S is actually overshadowing their political ambition or their presidential ambition let come 2027. And that is what I want to explain, how the entry of Fred Okengo Matiang'I'S is actually overshadowing their presidential ambition, and that is not making them to be quite happy. But before we actually dive in and try to dissect that, I could like to request you kindly to take a minute or two and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Give this video a like, share the video to your friends. And if your friends are lovers of politics, then it is good to request them for us to subscribe to this YouTube channel. And whenever you subscribe to our YouTube channel, always remember to smash the bell button, because by doing that, you give YouTube permission to notify you whenever we upload any political content into YouTube, so that you can be among the first people to watch that content. Now, let us dive back to the topic. Alfred Okengo Matiang'I'S entry into national politics is actually annoying many political leaders from the side of opposition, because that entry of Matiang'I'S is actually overshadowing their presidential ambition let come 2027. One of the person who has been affected greatly is Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka. From last week, part 1, when Fred Okengo Matiang'I'S actually announced his entry into national politics, and he was overwhelmingly accepted into that race by his tribe. That means the Gusii tribe, which is from Nyanza region. His effect has gone wild all over the country. And Fred Okengo Matiang'I'S actually joined the Wamunyoro group. And in Wamunyoro group, that group, it is only Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka who people felt that he was to go for presidency of this nation let come 2027. But because of the entry of Fred Okengo Matiang'I'S, now people feel Matiang'I'S torture. And that effect of Fred Okengo Matiang'I'S is actually spreading like fire across the nation. And that is why Fred Okengo Matiang'I'S is actually being welcomed whenever he goes like a hero. His effect is actually like fire in the bush or wildfire. It is catching up very fast. Actually, for those who were very keen, last weekend, when Matiang'i actually visited Wamunyoro in Central Province or in Mount Kenya region, you showed the way he was actually cheered by the crowd. It was as if he was the only leader at that place. His presence actually even overshadowed the man who invited them to that rally. That means the impeached deputy president, Rigathi Gachagua. And many people feel that this time it is Fred Okengo Matiang'i time. So, because Fred Okengo Matiang'i was actually welcomed wildly in Wamunyoro, that is a very clear indication that Fred Okengo Matiang'i is more acceptable in Mount Kenya compared to Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka. And Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka is not quite happy because of that. Because as you know, Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka actually has tried to stop at presidency, and he has always shelved his political ambition for Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga. And Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga promised him that this time he was going to give him a hand so that he can stop at presidency. And Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka has been in the national politics for a very long time. And many people feel that this time he does not really want actually to delay his political ambition to stop at presidency. But it looks like Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka might actually be forced to shelve his political ambition quite for another time. And that will eventually affect Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka for a period of 10 good years. So the question is, will Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka agree so that he can shelve his political ambition, probably for Fred Okengo Matiang'i, because the entry of Fred Okengo Matiang'i is actually being like wildfire in the entire republic. And people are accepting Fred Okengo Matiang'i more. But before the entry of Fred Okengo Matiang'i, people thought that this was the time of Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka. But because of that entry, things are becoming complicated for Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka. And at the same time, the people of Mount Kenya feel that last time they disputed their son, Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, and now they are regretting. And because of the entry of Fred Okengo Matiang'i into national politics, is actually seen to receive a push from Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. That is why that entry has complicated everything for Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka, because people from Mount Kenya will this time round have a year to the former president Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, and they will agree to Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta to support Fred Okengo Matiang'i for presidency late come 2027. And that is how Fred Okengo Matiang'i political effect is affecting the presidential ambition of Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka. Another person who is going to be affected by the entry of Fred Okengo Matiang'i into national politics is Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga. Because as you can remember, Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga has been the kingpin of Nyanza province as a whole. But now Fred Okengo Matiang'i has been accepted to be the kingpin of Gusii region. And that means Nyanza is divided into two. There is a region which actually has brought in a new kingpin, and that is Gusii region. And it means automatically that Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga has lost that tribe completely. And that has brought down his force and his influence politically. And that is why whenever the former Prime Minister Raila Amolo Odinga is very sad because of the entry of Fred Okengo Matiang'i. And even Rigji, the entry of Fred Okengo Matiang'i will actually affect his presidential wish let come 2027. Because Fred Okengo Matiang'i entry is coming into being behind the support of Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, the person who Mount Kenya disputed last time when he told them it is Raila Tosha, and they went for President William Samoei Ruto, and now they are regretting. And it means this time they may agree with Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta to support Fred. And if they support Fred, that means the strength of Rigathi Gachagua will definitely come down. I really don't know what you have to say about the entry of Fred Okengo Matiang'i, because I feel his entry has overshadowed those who were looked at to be on the top gear to challenge William Samoei Ruto let come 2027. But because of his entry, their political ambition has been completely overshadowed by Fred Okengo Matiang'i. Even when you look at current opinion poll, it is Fred Okengo Matiang'i who is at the top. If you compare Kalonzo, Matiang'i, Rigji, and Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga, you will find Fred takes position 1 as the man who many people in this republic feel that he should be the president of this republic. I really don't know what you have to say about Matiang'i political effect, how it is affecting the other presidential candidate. Please drop your comment in the comment section below. And if you have not subscribed to this YouTube channel, I request you kindly to take a minute and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Give this video a like, share the video to your friends. And if your friends are lovers of politics, then it's good to request them for us to subscribe to this YouTube channel. And with that, I say thank you. May God bless you all abundantly until we meet in our next political discussion. Goodbye.